What if everything you know is a lie? What if hidden forces are controlling your every move, watching your every step, and pulling the strings of humanity from the shadows? You've heard the whispers, seen the signs, but are you brave enough to face the terrifying truth? This isn't just a conspiracy. It's a battle for your freedom, your future, and your very soul. The question is, will you fight back, or will you let them win? Chapter 1. What they don't want you to know about the Reptilian agenda. What if everything you've ever known about reality, your leaders, your history, even your very identity, was a carefully constructed lie? Imagine a hidden power pulling the strings of humanity from the shadows, an ancient force so cunning and insidious that it has remained undetected by most. These are not your typical conspiracy theories about secret societies or shadow governments. No, this goes deeper, far deeper. This is the Reptilian agenda, a chilling revelation that could rewrite the story of humanity itself. For decades, whispers of a reptilian elite have circulated among those brave enough to ask the forbidden questions. The theory seems outlandish at first, an ancient race of shape-shifting, reptilian beings secretly ruling the world. They hide in plain sight, camouflaged as the politicians, royalty, and corporate magnates we trust to lead us. But dig deeper, and the puzzle pieces begin to align. Strange coincidences, cryptic symbols, and unsettling testimonies paint a picture that is hard to ignore. Could these reptilian overlords truly exist? And if so, what do they want from us? The roots of this conspiracy trace back thousands of years to the serpent gods worshipped by ancient civilizations. From the Nagas of India to the serpent deity Quetzalcoatl of the Aztecs, the recurring image of powerful reptilian beings is no coincidence. Could these ancient stories be more than myths? Could they be warnings, passed down through time, about a race of beings that has always lurked just beyond the veil of human understanding? Modern-day whistleblowers and conspiracy theorists have brought the reptilian agenda into the spotlight. David Icke, perhaps the most infamous proponent of this theory, has claimed for years that reptilian beings are at the helm of global power structures. According to Icke, these creatures are not just aliens. They are interdimensional beings, capable of manipulating human perception and feeding off negative emotions like fear and anger. Think about it, a world riddled with war, corruption, and suffering. Is it all a coincidence, or is it by design? Eyewitness accounts are as compelling as they are terrifying. People from all walks of life have come forward with stories of encountering reptilian beings. Some claim to have seen their true forms in fleeting moments, eyes that flash reptilian for a split second, scales glimpsed beneath the surface of human skin. Others describe chilling encounters with beings that radiate an otherworldly power, beings they swear were not human. But why would these creatures hide? The answer may lie in control. If they revealed themselves outright, humanity would resist. Instead, they infiltrate from within, steering humanity toward their ultimate goal, complete domination. Could the wars we fight, the financial systems we depend on, and the media we consume all be tools in their hands? This is not just a theory, it is a call to awaken. If even a fraction of this is true, the implications are staggering. The question is no longer if reptilian overlords exist, but whether humanity can recognize them before it's too late. Are we the masters of our destiny, or slaves to a hidden elite? The time has come to uncover the truth. Are you ready to see what lies beneath the surface? Chapter 2. Ancient myths that might be more than legends. Across the sands of time and the expanse of cultures, one image persists. The serpent. Serpent gods, dragon kings, and reptilian beings have woven themselves into the myths and religions of ancient civilizations, revered as creators, protectors, or even destroyers. But what if these weren't mere stories? What if these myths point to a truth far stranger than we dare imagine? A truth that could connect the serpent deities of the past to the reptilian overlords of today. Let us begin in the lush jungles of Mesoamerica, where the feathered serpent god Quetzalcoatl reigned supreme. To the Aztecs, he was the bringer of knowledge, the architect of civilization, and the gatekeeper between heaven and earth. Quetzalcoatl was depicted as a serpent with human-like qualities, a hybrid being who walked among men yet transcended them. His arrival from the stars and his eventual promise to return has led some to question. Was Quetzalcoatl an extraterrestrial visitor? Could he have been a reptilian being, mistaken for a god by early humans? Travel thousands of miles east, to the ancient temples of India, and you'll find the Nagas, serpent beings both feared and revered. These semi-divine creatures, described as half-human and half-serpent, were said to dwell in underground cities and possess immense knowledge and power. In Hindu and Buddhist traditions, the Nagas were not mere symbols, but living entities who interacted with humanity. Were these encounters with the Nagas evidence of an advanced reptilian race operating from hidden realms beneath the earth? The echoes of serpentine beings do not stop there. In ancient China, dragons symbolized power, wisdom, and control over natural elements. Unlike the fearsome Western dragons, Chinese dragons were benevolent, often aiding humanity. Could these dragons represent another interpretation of reptilian beings, their stories distorted over millennia? Even the Bible, one of the most influential texts in human history, is not free from reptilian imagery. The serpent in the Garden of Eden, a creature of cunning and deceit, led humanity astray with forbidden knowledge. Was this a metaphor for reptilian intervention, a subtle warning encoded in religious scripture? Skeptics might argue that these myths are purely symbolic, representing human fears and aspirations. But what if the persistence of reptilian imagery across such vastly different cultures is no coincidence? What if these ancient peoples were all documenting encounters with the same beings, visitors from another world, or perhaps an advanced species native to Earth, hidden from view? Archaeological findings only deepen the mystery. Carvings of serpent-headed figures, humanoid beings with scales, and reptilian motifs are scattered across the globe. Could these artifacts be evidence of humanity's long-forgotten interactions with reptilian entities? The ancients did not see themselves as spinning tales. To them, these beings were real, tangible, and powerful. Perhaps the myths of serpent gods and alien kings are not just echoes of imagination, but whispers of a deeper truth. Were these gods the first reptilian visitors? And if so, what did they leave behind, and why are they still watching us? Chapter 3. The Reptilian Blueprint. The clues hidden in ancient texts and symbols. What if the key to uncovering humanity's true masters has been hiding in plain sight for thousands of years? Scattered across the globe, in sacred texts, mysterious artifacts, and ancient architecture, are tantalizing clues that point to an astonishing possibility. The reptilian agenda is not just a modern conspiracy, but a blueprint etched into the fabric of our history. Start with the enigmatic carvings of ancient Sumer, one of the earliest known civilizations. Among their cuneiform tablets are depictions of the Anunnaki, beings described as descending from the heavens to shape human destiny. These so-called gods are often depicted with elongated heads, serpentine features, and humanoid forms. The Sumerians credited the Anunnaki with gifting humanity the knowledge of agriculture, governance, and astronomy. But were these divine benefactors truly gods? Or were they advanced reptilian beings manipulating early humanity for their own ends? Turn next to Egypt, a land steeped in mysticism and celestial reverence. The cobra-headed goddess Wadjet was worshipped as a protector and a symbol of divine authority. The pharaohs, seen as intermediaries between gods and mortals, wore the uraeus, a cobra emblem on their crowns. This serpent symbol was not mere decoration. It was a mark of power, one that might suggest a deeper connection between the rulers of Egypt and their reptilian patrons. Then there are the Maya, whose temples and art are rife with reptilian motifs. One of the most striking is the depiction of Kukulkan, the feathered serpent deity. Carvings show Kukulkan descending from the heavens, his form a blend of serpent and human characteristics. In the ruins of Chichen Itza, a shadowy serpent appears to slither down the pyramid during the equinox, an architectural marvel that some believe was designed to honor these reptilian visitors. The hidden messages don't stop at art and mythology. In sacred texts across cultures, serpents and dragons are linked to forbidden knowledge and cosmic power. The Bible speaks of the serpent in Eden, offering humanity the fruit of knowledge. In Chinese mythology, dragons are wise and powerful beings who shape the fate of empires. In Hindu texts, the Nagas guard ancient wisdom beneath the earth. Could these recurring serpent symbols be encoded warnings about reptilian influence throughout human history? Artifacts add even more intrigue. In Australia, the Wandjina rock art depicts figures with large, almond-shaped eyes and elongated heads, eerily reminiscent of reptilian or alien beings. In Iraq, unearthed statues from Tel al-Abyad portray humanoid figures with reptilian features, holding infants that appear distinctly reptilian. What civilization creates such sculptures without inspiration from reality? Even ancient architecture seems to whisper of reptilian influence. The pyramids of Egypt, Mesoamerica, and China align with celestial bodies in ways that defy simple explanation. Some researchers speculate that these monumental structures were built under the guidance or direct involvement of reptilian beings, their design encoding knowledge far beyond the capabilities of their time. These symbols, texts, and artifacts may not just be remnants of the past. They could be breadcrumbs left behind by an ancient reptilian race. Were they warning us, guiding us, or simply reminding us of who truly holds the power? The blueprint is there for those willing to see it. Are you ready to connect the dots? Chapter 4. Shape-shifting masters of deception. Are our leaders even human? What if the people we trust to lead us, the politicians, royalty, and cultural icons we admire, aren't who they appear to be? Beneath their polished smiles and carefully curated personas, could they be hiding something far more sinister? For decades, conspiracy theorists have whispered about reptilian shapeshifters infiltrating the highest echelons of power, steering humanity toward a hidden agenda. But is this wild speculation, or is there evidence to back it up? The idea of reptilian shapeshifters first gained traction with whistleblowers like David Icke, who famously claimed that a secret race of reptilian overlords, known as the Archons or Draco-Reptilians, have infiltrated human society. According to Icke, these beings are masters of deception, capable of altering their appearance to blend seamlessly into human populations. Their targets? The positions of greatest influence: governments, royal families, and the entertainment industry. Let's start with the jaw-dropping claims about world leaders. Footage of prominent politicians, presidents, prime ministers, and even monarchs has surfaced online, showing strange anomalies. In one infamous video, a politician's eyes seem to flicker and momentarily resemble reptilian slits. In another, the outline of a scaly texture appears briefly beneath a celebrity's skin. These glitches, believers argue, are not tricks of the light or camera errors, but evidence of shape-shifting reptilians struggling to maintain their human form. The British royal family has been a particular focus of reptilian conspiracy theories. Queen Elizabeth II, some claim, was not just the head of state, but a high-ranking member of the reptilian elite. The theory suggests that royal bloodlines are carefully preserved not for tradition, but to maintain the purity of their reptilian genetics. From their influence over global affairs to their symbolic serpent-like regalia, the signs are said to be everywhere. Hollywood, too, is riddled with claims of reptilian infiltration. Some of the world's biggest stars, those with immense global reach and the power to shape public opinion, have been accused of being reptilian agents. Interviews where celebrities exhibit odd behavior, cryptic hand gestures, or sudden mood changes are dissected as proof of their non-human origins. Could their fame and fortune be rewards for helping execute the reptilian agenda? Even more chilling are first-hand accounts from individuals who claim to have encountered these shapeshifters. One woman described a terrifying experience at a high-profile event, where she swears she saw a powerful figure momentarily transform into a scaly, reptilian being. Another witness, a former insider, claimed that secret meetings among global elites included rituals where the participants' reptilian nature was revealed. Skeptics dismiss these stories as paranoia or internet-fueled hysteria, but the sheer volume of claims makes them difficult to ignore. Are these reports the ramblings of conspiracy theorists, or the first cracks in the facade of a hidden empire? If the reptilian agenda is real, Their mastery of deception is unparalleled. They could be anyone, anywhere, your president, your favorite actor, or even the person standing next to you. The question isn't just whether they exist. It's whether we'll uncover the truth before it's too late. Are you ready to see through the illusion? Chapter 5. How they took over. Did reptilians hijack humanity? What if humanity's history isn't the story we've been told? What if, hidden beneath the grand narratives of kings, empires, and revolutions, lies a sinister truth? An ancient race of reptilian overlords has been pulling the strings all along. The timeline of their infiltration spans millennia, a carefully orchestrated plan to hijack humanity and place themselves at the helm of power. The evidence is chilling and impossible to ignore. It all begins in the mists of prehistory. Ancient texts and oral traditions from around the world tell of serpent-like beings who descended from the heavens or emerged from beneath the earth. These beings were revered as gods, offering knowledge and power in exchange for devotion. The Sumerians spoke of the Anunnaki, divine beings who created humanity to serve them. Were they benevolent creators or cunning overlords setting the stage for millennia of control? As civilizations grew, so did the influence of these beings. In Egypt, the serpent goddess Wadjet became a symbol of divine authority, and the pharaohs, believed to be descendants of gods, ruled with an iron grip. Across the ocean, the Mayans and Aztecs worshipped Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent deity, who brought knowledge and demanded blood sacrifices. These gods, always serpentine in nature, seemed to demand obedience, fear, and loyalty. Were these the first steps in a long game of domination? Fast forward to the rise of secret societies and shadowy organizations. The Illuminati, Freemasons, and other enigmatic groups have long been accused of harboring reptilian ties. Some theorists claim that these organizations were founded or co-opted by reptilian beings as a means to infiltrate human institutions. Their goal? To create a network of control that would shape governments, economies, and even religions. The Industrial Revolution marked a turning point. As humanity became more dependent on centralized systems, banks, factories, and communication networks, the reptilian grip tightened. They no longer needed to be worshipped as gods. They could hide behind human faces, pulling the strings from the shadows. Wars, financial crises, and political upheavals weren't random events, but carefully crafted chaos designed to keep humanity divided and distracted. Today, their control is said to be nearly absolute. Governments, multinational corporations, and even global organizations like the United Nations are allegedly fronts for reptilian agendas. The media, with its power to shape perception, has become one of their most effective tools. From the entertainment we consume to the news we trust, the reptilian elite allegedly use these platforms to manipulate public opinion, suppress dissent, and steer humanity toward their ultimate goal. But why do they do this? Theories abound. Some say the reptilians feed on our fear and suffering, thriving on negative energy. Others believe they seek to enslave humanity entirely, turning us into a subservient species. The timeline is as intricate as it is terrifying, but one thing is clear. If the reptilian infiltration is real, it's not just ancient history, it's the story of our present. Are we mere pawns in their cosmic game? Or can humanity rise and reclaim its destiny? The answers lie in the shadows, waiting for those brave enough to uncover them. Chapter 6. Are reptilians the original aliens? For decades, humanity has looked to the skies, wondering if we are alone in the universe. UFO sightings, alien abductions, and whispered tales of secret government programs have painted a picture of extraterrestrial intrigue. But what if the answer isn't just out there, it's already here? Among the theories about alien visitors, one stands out as both terrifying and compelling: the reptilians. Are these enigmatic beings not only the original aliens, but also the architects of life on Earth? The connection between reptilians and UFO phenomena is impossible to ignore. Eyewitness accounts of UFO encounters often describe reptilian-like entities, tall, humanoid beings with scaly skin, glowing eyes, and a menacing aura. Unlike the Greys, who are depicted as coldly analytical, reptilians are said to exude power and dominance, commanding respect and fear. Could these be the same beings worshipped as gods in ancient times, now returning to monitor their creation? Alien abduction stories add another layer to the mystery. Many abductees report encounters with reptilian entities, describing them as physically imposing and deeply telepathic. These beings are often depicted as overseeing medical experiments, with a focus on genetic manipulation. What if these abductions aren't random acts of terror, but part of a larger plan, a continuation of experiments that began eons ago? The idea that reptilians seeded life on Earth is a cornerstone of this theory. Some researchers propose that billions of years ago, these advanced beings arrived on a barren Earth and terraformed it to suit their needs. Through genetic engineering, they created humanity not as an equal species, but as a workforce designed to serve their purposes. The story of the Anunnaki from Sumerian mythology aligns eerily well with this idea. These gods are said to have created humans to mine gold and other resources, a narrative that some believe is a veiled account of reptilian intervention. But if they created us, why remain hidden? The answer may lie in their strategy. By manipulating humanity from the shadows, they ensure their influence remains unchallenged. Theorists argue that the reptilians infiltrated governments, corporations, and media to steer human development while maintaining plausible deniability. Could their presence be the reason governments are so secretive about UFOs? Secret government programs, like the infamous Area 51, add fuel to the fire. Whistleblowers and leaked documents hint at classified dealings with extraterrestrial beings, including reptilians. Some even claim that these programs involve trade agreements, advanced technology in exchange for human compliance, or worse, access to human subjects for experimentation. The theory that reptilians are the original aliens isn't just speculation. It's a chilling framework that ties together ancient myths, modern sightings, and the enduring enigma of extraterrestrial life. If this is true, it means humanity's origins are far more complex and far more unsettling than we've ever imagined. So, are reptilians the architects of life on Earth, the overseers of a grand cosmic experiment? Or are they something darker, manipulating us for their own gain? The truth may be written in the stars, or lurking just beneath the surface of our reality. Chapter 7. The Bloodline Connection. Are you one of them? What if the divide between humans and reptilians isn't as clear-cut as we think? According to some theories, the reptilian agenda goes far beyond infiltration. It involves assimilation. Could you, or someone you know, carry the DNA of these enigmatic beings? From elite families to everyday individuals, the possibility of reptilian-human hybrids has captivated conspiracy theorists and truth seekers alike. The concept of reptilian hybrids begins with ancient tales of gods mingling with mortals. Myths from civilizations like the Sumerians, Egyptians, and Greeks are filled with stories of divine beings interbreeding with humans, creating powerful offspring destined to rule. But what if these gods weren't divine at all? What if they were reptilians, blending their genetics with ours to ensure their influence over humanity's future? Modern theories suggest that certain bloodlines have maintained this hybrid connection, passing reptilian DNA through generations. These elite families, often accused of being at the center of global power, are said to be the key players in the reptilian agenda. Names like the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and even British royalty are frequently cited as possible hybrid bloodlines. Their wealth, influence, and ability to shape world events are seen as proof of their reptilian ties. But how can you tell if someone, or even you, might be part of this hybrid race? Theories point to physical, behavioral, and even psychic traits that allegedly reveal a reptilian connection. Physical signs include piercing, intense eyes, often described as having a reptilian quality, a preference for cold environments, and even subtle scales or unusual skin textures. Behavioral traits often center around an exceptional ability to manipulate others, an unyielding thirst for power, and a knack for deception. Perhaps the most intriguing indicators are psychic abilities. Hybrids are said to possess heightened intuition, telepathic tendencies, and a deep connection to ancient knowledge. These individuals may feel out of place in human society, experiencing a nagging sense that they don't fully belong. Could these sensations be the echoes of a reptilian ancestry? The hybrid theory also extends to those who exhibit extraordinary success or influence. High-ranking politicians, CEOs, and celebrities are often accused of being hybrids, using their power to subtly advance the reptilian agenda. Conspiracy theorists argue that these individuals rise to prominence not through hard work, but because of their bloodline. While some dismiss these claims as fantastical, others believe the hybrid theory is a crucial piece of the reptilian puzzle. If true, it means that the reptilian elite have ensured their control, not just through manipulation, but through their very DNA. So are you one of them? Do you feel an inexplicable connection to ancient wisdom, a drive to lead, or a sense of otherness? The answer may be closer than you think. The possibility that reptilian hybrids walk among us, and perhaps within us, raises unsettling questions about who we are and where we truly come from. Are you ready to uncover the truth about your own bloodline? Chapter 8: The Hidden Agenda. Total World Domination. What if the world's chaos isn't a series of random events, but a meticulously crafted plan by an ancient and cunning force? According to the reptilian conspiracy theory, our reality is not what it seems. Behind the scenes, a shadowy reptilian elite is allegedly orchestrating a sinister agenda: total world domination. Their weapons? Politics, media, and the economy. Their goal? Humanity's complete subjugation. The theory suggests that reptilians have been laying the groundwork for centuries. By infiltrating the highest levels of power, they've gained control over governments, financial systems, and cultural narratives. These shape-shifting overlords allegedly operate behind human facades, manipulating world events to serve their ultimate purpose: a global society where humanity is enslaved and the reptilian elite reigns supreme. Let's start with politics. Many believe that the reptilians have placed their hybrids and agents in key positions of power, from presidents and prime ministers to shadowy advisors pulling strings from the background. Elections, coups, and wars? All part of their plan. The goal is to create chaos and division, ensuring that humanity remains distracted and disempowered while the reptilians consolidate their control. Then there's the media, a tool so powerful it shapes how we perceive reality. From Hollywood blockbusters to nightly news broadcasts, the theory posits that reptilians use media to manipulate public opinion and spread disinformation. By controlling narratives, they ensure that anyone who questions their existence is labeled a conspiracy theorist, a lunatic, or worse. The entertainment industry, with its endless supply of reptilian imagery in movies and TV shows, is often cited as a form of predictive programming, conditioning humanity to accept their rule when the time comes. But perhaps their most insidious weapon is the economy. Reptilians are said to control global financial systems, ensuring that wealth and power remain concentrated in the hands of a few. Economic crises, market crashes, and mounting global debt? Theorists argue these are not accidents but deliberate moves to keep humanity enslaved to a system designed by the reptilian elite. Through corporations and central banks, they dictate the flow of money, ensuring that most people remain too burdened by financial struggles to question the system, or the ones behind it. What's the endgame? The theory claims it's a new world order, a single global government ruled by reptilians. This dystopian vision includes advanced surveillance systems to monitor every move, digital currencies to control transactions, and artificial intelligence to enforce compliance. Freedom, as we know, it would be a relic of the past, replaced by a society where humans are mere cogs in a machine, serving their reptilian masters. Is this all just a wild fantasy, or a chilling glimpse into our future? The clues are scattered throughout history and hidden in plain sight. The question isn't whether the reptilian agenda is real, but whether we're brave enough to see it for what it is. Are we pawns in their grand chess game, or can humanity awaken before it's too late? The answer may determine the fate of our species. Chapter 9: Symbolism and Secrets. Clues hidden in plain sight. What if the truth has been staring us in the face all along? From corporate logos to ancient carvings and blockbuster movies, symbols of reptilian influence may be hidden in plain sight. To those who know where to look, these clues suggest that the reptilian elite are not only among us but brazenly flaunting their presence. Are these symbols a form of communication, a method of control, or both? Let's start with corporate logos. Some theorists argue that major companies bear the unmistakable mark of reptilian symbolism. Take, for example, the serpent-like swoosh of certain logos or the eye-catching use of triangular and eye shapes, symbols often associated with secret societies and reptilian lore. Even the medical field is tied to the serpent through the caduceus, a staff entwined with snakes. Could this be a subtle nod to the reptilians' control over human health and well-being? Ancient carvings and art also offer tantalizing hints. Across civilizations, serpentine figures appear prominently in mythology and iconography. The Mayan god Kukulkan, the Hindu Nagas, and the Chinese dragon all depict powerful reptilian beings. These aren't isolated instances, but recurring motifs that span the globe. Could these gods have been ancient reptilian visitors, revered and immortalized by the civilizations they influenced? Pop culture is another realm rife with potential clues. Movies and TV shows are filled with reptilian imagery, from scaly antagonists to stories of shape-shifting beings. Some argue this is more than creative storytelling, it's predictive programming, a way to desensitize humanity to the reptilian presence. Consider the prevalence of all-seeing eyes, pyramid shapes, and serpentine figures in blockbuster films, music videos, and even video games. Are these mere coincidences or deliberate attempts to normalize reptilian dominance? Then there's the recurring theme of hidden control. Popular franchises like The Matrix and They Live explore the idea of humanity living in a manipulated reality controlled by unseen forces. Theorists claim these narratives reflect the reptilian agenda, subtly preparing us for the truth. Even beloved characters like dragons and lizard-like creatures in fantasy worlds could be echoing ancient truths disguised as fiction. Some believe these symbols serve a dual purpose: to assert dominance and to communicate with one another. By embedding their presence into everyday life, the reptilian elite remind themselves, and perhaps they're hybrids, of their mission. For the rest of humanity, these symbols may act as a form of subconscious conditioning, shaping our perceptions and ensuring compliance without us ever realizing it. Have you noticed these symbols before? Or have you, like so many others, been blind to their meaning? The more you look, the more undeniable their presence becomes. From the towering skyscrapers of global corporations to the entertainment that shapes our dreams, the signs are everywhere. Could this be proof of a reptilian agenda hiding in plain sight? Or is it a grand coincidence? Either way, the symbols are there, waiting to be decoded. Are you ready to see the world as it truly is? Chapter 10. The Science of Shapeshifting. Could reptilian morphing be real? Shapeshifting, a concept that has long fascinated humanity through myths, folklore, and now conspiracy theories. But what if it's more than a fantastical idea? What if the ability to change form is rooted in advanced science, ancient knowledge, and technologies far beyond our comprehension? Could the alleged reptilian elite truly possess the ability to morph between human and reptilian forms? Let's dive into the cutting-edge science and speculative theories that might make this possible. The natural world is full of astonishing examples of biological shape-shifting. Cephalopods like octopuses and cuttlefish can alter their appearance in seconds, mimicking textures, colors, and patterns to blend seamlessly into their environment. These creatures achieve this through specialized cells called chromatophores, which expand or contract to manipulate light. Could the reptilian elite possess similar biological mechanisms, either naturally or through genetic engineering, allowing them to shift between forms at will? Genetic engineering opens even more possibilities. With advances in CRISPR and other gene editing technologies, scientists today can manipulate DNA to enhance or create entirely new traits. Imagine a species with the ability to incorporate genes from multiple organisms, combining the camouflage of an octopus, the regenerative powers of a lizard, and the intelligence of a human. Could the reptilians be a product of such advanced bioengineering, capable of altering their appearance to blend in with humanity? Some theorists suggest that shape-shifting might not be purely biological, but could involve advanced technology. Consider holographic projections, a technology already in development. These systems can create hyper-realistic illusions, fooling the human eye into seeing something that isn't there. If reptilians possess technology far beyond ours, could they use similar methods to project human appearances over their true reptilian forms? Quantum mechanics and multidimensional theories also come into play. If reptilians are interdimensional beings, as some believe, their ability to shift forms might stem from their capacity to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. This could explain why sightings often describe sudden, fleeting glimpses of reptilian features, moments when their true form momentarily breaks through our reality. Even neuroscience offers tantalizing possibilities. Scientists have begun exploring brain-machine interfaces that allow thoughts to control physical devices. Could reptilians use a similar system to control their molecular structure, consciously morphing their physical appearance? Critics argue that shape-shifting defies the laws of physics, but science has shown us time and again that today's impossibilities can become tomorrow's realities. Just as humanity once scoffed at the idea of flying machines or wireless communication, shape-shifting might one day move from the realm of fiction to fact. Whether through biology, technology, or a combination of both, the concept of shape-shifting is no longer confined to fantasy. If the reptilian elite truly possessed this ability, it would explain their uncanny ability to infiltrate every level of society while remaining undetected. So, is shape-shifting a mere myth, or could it be a glimpse into a reality far stranger than we've imagined? The answers might lie in the shadows, hidden just like the reptilians themselves. Chapter 11. Eyewitness Accounts. Chilling Encounters with Reptilians. What if the stories are true? What if, hidden in the mundane rhythms of daily life, people have encountered something extraordinary and terrifying? Across the globe, individuals from all walks of life claim to have come face to face with reptilians. Their tales are chilling, their details eerily consistent, and their conviction unwavering. Could these eyewitness accounts be the proof we've been searching for? Take the story of Jessie, a businesswoman from New York. She was attending a high-profile corporate meeting when something strange happened. As one of the executives spoke, she noticed his eyes flicker, not in the usual way, but in a distinctly inhuman manner. For a brief moment, they turned slit-like, resembling a snake's. "I thought I was imagining it," she recounted, but then it happened again. It was quick but unmistakable. I knew I wasn't looking at a normal person. Jessie's story is not unique. Thousands of people report similar experiences. A fleeting glimpse of slit pupils, strange, scaly skin that seems to shimmer under certain light, or voices that momentarily distort into something guttural and alien. These encounters often occur in high-stress or low-light situations, leading skeptics to dismiss them as tricks of the mind. But can so many similar accounts be mere coincidence? Then there's Nicholas, a truck driver from rural Texas, who had an even more harrowing experience. Driving late at night on a desolate highway, he noticed a figure standing on the side of the road. Thinking it was a stranded motorist, he pulled over to help. But as he approached, the figure turned to face him, and Nicholas froze. Its face. It wasn't human, he said. It had scales, and its eyes glowed faintly. I've never been so scared in my life. I slammed on the gas and got out of there as fast as I could. Patterns emerge from these stories. Many encounters happen at night, in secluded locations, or during moments of heightened tension. Witnesses often describe a palpable sense of dread, as though the reptilian being exudes an unnatural aura that instinctively triggers fear. Even more compelling are accounts from individuals who claim to have seen reptilians in positions of power. Security guards at government buildings, personal assistants to celebrities, and even former military personnel have stepped forward with similar claims. They've seen powerful figures momentarily reveal their true reptilian forms. Some describe these moments as glitches, where the reptilian struggles to maintain its human disguise, while others believe they're intentional displays of dominance. Could these encounters be mass hysteria, elaborate hoaxes, or vivid imaginations running wild? Or are they glimpses into a hidden reality, where reptilians walk among us, disguised as humans? The sheer number of eyewitness accounts cannot be ignored. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the chilling similarities in these stories beg the question: are we truly alone in the room, or is someone, or something, watching us from the shadows? The answer may be closer than we think. Chapter 12. Are humans part reptilian? Deep within the folds of your brain lies a mysterious remnant of our evolutionary past, a structure so primal it has been dubbed the reptilian brain. Neuroscientists call it the basal ganglia, and it governs some of our most instinctual behaviors: aggression, territoriality, and survival. But what if this ancient structure isn't just a vestige of evolution? What if it's evidence of something far more extraordinary? A genetic connection to the reptilian beings that some believe have influenced humanity for millennia. The concept of the reptilian brain emerged from the triune brain theory, proposed by neuroscientist Paul MacLean. According to this model, the human brain evolved in layers, with the reptilian brain forming the foundation. This ancient part of the brain controls basic survival instincts: fight or flight responses, reproduction, and dominance. It's the part of us that reacts without thinking, acting purely on primal urges. But here's where things get fascinating. The behaviors governed by the reptilian brain align eerily with traits often attributed to the alleged reptilian elite: cold calculation, territorial dominance, and a relentless drive for power. Could this shared behavioral blueprint hint at a deeper connection? Is it possible that the reptilian brain is not merely a product of evolution, but a genetic marker of reptilian influence on humanity? Consider the theories suggesting that reptilians seeded life on Earth or manipulated early human DNA. If true, this could explain why humans possess a reptilian brain at all. It might be a deliberate design, a way to embed their influence into the very fabric of our biology. This would mean that every human carries a fragment of reptilian ancestry, a link to our supposed cosmic creators. Further supporting this idea are the parallels between reptilian behavior and human instincts. Reptiles are known for their territorial aggression and survival-driven actions, traits that mirror the instincts rooted in our reptilian brain. The idea that our most primal urges stem from a shared ancestry is both thrilling and unsettling. And what about the uncanny fascination humans have with reptiles throughout history? From the serpent in the Garden of Eden to the dragon myths of ancient China, reptiles have occupied a unique space in our collective psyche. Could this cultural obsession be a subconscious recognition of our shared heritage? Modern science has also uncovered intriguing phenomena related to the basal ganglia. Damage to this part of the brain can result in heightened aggression, compulsive behaviors, or a loss of emotional nuance, traits often described as cold-blooded. Could these traits reflect an underlying reptilian influence that becomes more apparent when the brain's balance is disrupted? While mainstream neuroscience may dismiss the idea of a literal reptilian connection, the parallels are impossible to ignore. The reptilian brain is a tangible, scientific reality, one that might hold the key to understanding humanity's most primal instincts. So, are we part reptilian? Is this ancient structure in our brains a remnant of evolution, or is it evidence of something far more profound? The answers might be hidden in the very essence of what makes us human, or perhaps what makes us more than human. Chapter 13. Tech and Truth. Digital evidence of reptilian control. The internet is the ultimate double-edged sword. While it has been a tool for control, surveillance, and misinformation, it has also become a haven for whistleblowers, truth seekers, and those determined to expose the hidden forces shaping our world. Among the most tantalizing claims shared online are those alleging the existence of reptilian overlords secretly manipulating humanity. With leaked videos, strange audio clips, and cryptic documents circulating on the web, one thing is clear: the reptilians can't keep their secrets forever. Take, for instance, the infamous shape-shifting videos that have gone viral on platforms like YouTube and TikTok. These grainy, yet captivating clips often depict politicians, celebrities, or newscasters who momentarily reveal something not quite human. From eyes that flash into reptilian slits to strange distortions in their facial features, these videos have sparked endless debate. Are they glitches in the reptilian disguise? Artifacts of digital compression? Or is the truth staring us in the face, hidden in plain sight? One of the most talked about cases involves a prominent news anchor whose pupils appeared to shift into vertical slits during a live broadcast. The footage was analyzed, slowed down, and dissected by thousands of viewers. Some claim it's irrefutable proof of reptilian infiltration, while skeptics chalk it up to lighting or video artifacts. Yet, the sheer volume of similar clips makes it hard to dismiss them all as mere coincidences. Audio recordings also play a significant role in the digital hunt for reptilian activity. Whistleblowers claiming insider knowledge of secret government programs have shared chilling accounts of encounters with reptilian beings. Some describe underground facilities where these creatures allegedly work alongside human elites, controlling the world's most powerful institutions. While critics argue that these recordings lack verification, their consistency and detail add weight to the theory. The internet has also become a treasure trove of leaked documents and conspiracy forums. From supposed government memos detailing Project Serpent to cryptic messages left on the dark web, these digital breadcrumbs hint at a shadowy reptilian agenda. In 2017, a mysterious PDF titled The Draco Protocol surfaced, allegedly outlining protocols for dealing with reptilian entities. While its authenticity remains unverified, its intricate detail captivated theorists and fueled online discussions. Social media has amplified the spread of reptilian theories, turning isolated claims into global phenomena. Hashtags like reptilian agenda and lizard people have trended, sparking debates and memes. While skeptics dismiss these movements as jokes or paranoia, others see them as a growing awareness of the hidden truth. Critics argue that the internet is a breeding ground for hoaxes and disinformation, but supporters counter that it's also a powerful tool for exposing secrets. In an age where technology has infiltrated every corner of our lives, could it also be the key to unmasking the reptilian elite? The internet is more than just a platform for sharing cat videos and memes. It's a battlefield of ideas where truth and deception collide. If the reptilians are real, their secrets are slipping through the cracks, one viral video and leaked document at a time. The question is, will we be brave enough to see the truth? Chapter 14. Can humanity break free? If the reptilian conspiracy is real, humanity stands at a crossroads. For centuries, they've allegedly manipulated our systems, controlled our leaders, and kept us distracted from the truth. Their reach is vast, their power insidious, and their agenda, if the theories hold true, is nothing short of total domination. The question isn't just whether they exist, but what we can do if they do. Can humanity break free, or are we doomed to remain pawns in their hidden game? To understand what's at stake, imagine the scope of their control. Every government, every media outlet, every major corporation. What if they're all part of a larger plan? One that ensures humanity stays blind, divided, and powerless? The evidence, from ancient myths to modern technology, points to a disturbing possibility that we've been ruled by an unseen hand for longer than we can comprehend. But even the most powerful rulers have vulnerabilities. If the reptilians are real, their greatest weapon is secrecy. They thrive in the shadows, hidden behind human faces and societal structures. To break free, the first step is awareness. The internet has already begun to crack their facade, with whistleblowers, eyewitness accounts, and leaked evidence exposing the cracks in their deception. Knowledge is power, and the more people who question the narrative, the harder it becomes for the alleged reptilian elite to maintain control. However, awareness alone isn't enough. If humanity is to reclaim its autonomy, we must confront the systems that enable this supposed domination. This means questioning authority, demanding transparency, and refusing to accept the status quo. From grassroots movements to global coalitions, the fight against hidden control starts with unity. The reptilian agenda, if it exists, thrives on division, turning people against each other to maintain their grip on power. By uniting across borders, ideologies, and beliefs, humanity can present a force too powerful to ignore. Yet, this battle is not without risks. If the reptilians are as advanced and cunning as theorists suggest, they're undoubtedly aware of those seeking to expose them. Could your internet searches, social media posts, or even this video be monitored. The chilling thought lingers. Are they already watching you? Consider the whispers of those who claim to have gotten too close to the truth. Mysterious disappearances, sudden deaths, or lives ruined by inexplicable forces. These stories serve as both warnings and rallying cries. If the stakes are this high, the fight for freedom becomes not just a possibility, but an imperative. So, what comes next? The answer lies with you. Will you dismiss these ideas as wild speculation? Or will you dig deeper, question more, and refuse to accept the surface-level narrative? If the reptilian conspiracy is real, humanity's future depends on those willing to uncover the truth. Now take a moment to look around. The signs, the symbols, the subtle manipulations, could they be closer than you think? One thing is certain. The battle for humanity's freedom is just starting. And the next move is yours.